Hola, a continuación vamos a ver la entrevista que le hice al gran baterista Tommy Campbell desde Buenos Aires a Nueva York. Tuve el honor de tocar con Tommy Campbell, invitado por Alejandro de Mogli, en abril del 2019. Y en esta entrevista le hice preguntas que tienen que ver con su carrera y también sobre la batería, su instrumento, técnicas, y también nos cuenta anécdotas. Así que te invito a que veas este tremendo reportaje que le hice a Tommy Campbell. And here we go. Señoras y señores, Tommy Campbell. How you doing, Tommy?
Hey, Paul.
Okay, so it's such a
How?
pleasure being with you. Such a pleasure being here with you. And I want to tell, y quiero contarles que te voy a estar haciendo preguntas que no solamente los bateristas, sino músicos en general van a apreciar. And I want to tell very briefly the story of how we met. Voy a contar muy brevemente la historia de cómo nos conocimos. 2 years ago, a great guitar player from here, from Argentina, Alejandro de Mogli, hace 2 años, un gran guitarrista de aquí, Alejandro de Mogli, he called me and he said, look, we have a gig with Tommy Campbell. I said, Tommy Campbell, he's coming to Argentina. Le digo, Tommy Campbell está viniendo a Argentina. Sí, me dice, vamos a tocar en Bebop. We're going to play at Bebop Club. So, hey, here I go. And so, thanks to Alejandro, gracias Alejandro, we did a gig
Gracias, Alejandro.
on April 1st, 2019, el 1 de abril del año 2019. Hicimos un concierto en el Club Bebop en San Telmo con Pablo Raposo en piano, Alejandro de Mogli en saxo, perdón, Alejandro de Mogli en guitarra, Alejandro Santos en saxo y Tommy Campbell en batería. So, that was 2 years ago. Eso fue hace 2 años. And I do remember that day I will never forget that day because I had a pleasure to play with you guys. Nunca me voy a olvidar ese día porque tuve el honor y el gusto de tocar con ustedes. But also because
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. I know.
I had a brand new iPhone. Tenía un
Okay,
iPhone.
Tommy, be careful. Look, Tommy, be careful, man. Be careful, Tommy. Be careful, okay? Be careful, Tommy. All right? Walk here. But follow me, Tommy, and be careful. Watch, look around.
Yeah.
We're getting on the A train. Be
Yeah.
careful, Tommy.
Yes. If you want to feel safe in Buenos Aires, just follow me. Si te querés sentirte seguro, seguime a mí. We were standing at the subway station of Plaza Once, and we were chatting and talking to each other. Nos subimos a un subte, estábamos charlando antes de subir al subte, y nos subimos al subte, y Tommy me dice, che, ¿por qué no le mandás un mensaje a Alejandro de Mogli preguntándole algo, no sé qué, del show de esta noche? And like in a second, I look at my pocket, miro mi bolsillo y mi iPhone no estaba más. Y era nuevo, un último modelo. Y esa noche toqué sin iPhone, I had to play like, hey, you know what? The time we hit the music, I forgot about it. But whoa, what a day! Anyway, 2 reasons not to forget about that date. So, Tommy, so you're teaching. First of all, you play, you teach, you have students all in the whole world. Tenés alumnos en todo el mundo. Tocás en vivo, and you travel a lot. I mean, you travel a lot to Europe. You lived in Paris a long time ago. Viviste en París
Yes.
hace mucho.
In the early 80s.
En los años 80. Was that the time where you used to play with John McLaughlin?
Yes.
Pues en la época en la que tocabas con John McLaughlin. Oh, ahí tenemos una vista genial de tu batería. We got a view of your drum set.
Yep.
So,
A lot of teaching.
a lot of teaching. Muchos alumnos, all from all the world, right? All around the world, de todo el mundo. Claro.
Yesterday, Tokyo. I have a French policeman in Paris who studies with me.
Un oficial de policía de París que estudia con él, un alumno en Tokio.
I have a student that lives 9 blocks away from me, but because of the pandemic, still usually he comes here, but during the pandemic we did the virtual.
Claro, tiene un alumno que vive a 9 cuadras, pero le da clases virtual todavía por el tema de la epidemia. So, you were drummer, you play drums for Dizzy Gillespie, Sonny Rollins, John McLaughlin, Manhattan Transfer, Jimmy Smith, Tania María. Estoy mencionando todos los artistas a quienes Tommy Campbell acompañó. But there's something that a lot of people don't know about you. Hay algo que mucha gente no sabe de vos. But I do know it. Pero yo sí lo sé. And it's that you play great piano. Y tocas muy bien el piano. I heard you play piano. Yo te escuché tocar el piano. ¿Dónde aprendiste a tocar el piano? Where did you learn how to play the piano? Come on. Just tell us the secret.
We grew up with a piano in our house.
Crecí con un piano en la casa.
I learned to play by ear.
Aprendí a tocar de oído.
My mother took me to the first musical that I ever saw in a movie theater was The Sound of Music.
Se llamaba The Sound of Music, el sonido de la música.
Joe, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop from the sun, me, a name of father. Yes.
How old were you at that time? ¿Qué edad
I
tenías?
think something like 6.
6.
Something like that, around 6. And boy, did that prepare me for Berkeley. Because that movie is a diatonic lesson. If you don't know your diatonics, so it really made it very easy for a drummer to get through ear training, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, harmony 1, harmony 2.
Me facilitó mucho como baterista para atravesar por las materias de entrenamiento auditivo 1, 2, armonía 1, 2, 3. And you graduated in 1979 at Berkeley, right? Te graduaste en el año 79 en Berkeley.
Technically, I did not graduate.
Oh, técnicamente, ¿por qué no?
3 months before I was going to graduate, I was there for 4 years. 3 months.
3 meses antes de la graduación.
3 months before graduation, the Berkeley administration called me up to the administration office.
Me llamaron de la oficina de administración.
And they told me, Tommy, we are sorry, but we have noticed that you are about 6 or 7 credits short. So they said, so we know that your mother doesn't have any more money, and she has to borrow from the bank and this and that. So we are going to lend your mother money, and your mother can pay us back.
That's nice. Sabemos que tu madre está muy corta de dinero y que está pidiendo plata prestada, y entonces nosotros le vamos a prestar plata a tu madre para que puedas terminar.
Yeah, that's nice, all right. Nice business.
Dice, es un lindo negocio.
Yeah. College business. Yeah.
Negocio de las universidades.
So now I can't believe it. My mother, everybody, my family, they thought I was going to graduate in 3 months. Now they just told me I cannot graduate. I have to go another semester. And we don't have the money.
Ahí yo pensé, mi madre, toda mi familia está contenta porque me voy a graduar pronto y ahora no tenemos la plata para.
So I walked home from Berkeley that day, and I was thinking, when can I tell my mother that I won't be able to graduate? I have to go another semester. If I tell her that night, she won't be able to sleep. So I said I'm going to call her the next day. So I waited to the next day, and I was getting ready to call my mother, and Dizzy Gillespie called me out of the blue.
Para llamar a mi madre, y de repente me llama Dizzy Gillespie de la nada.
Hello, Tommy. This is not an iPhone. Hello, Tommy. This is Dizzy Gillespie. Yeah, right. No, really, this is Dizzy Gillespie. Okay, so look, I want you to join my band. We're going to South America next week. Can you come?
Tommy, acá habla Dizzy Gillespie. Quiero que entres a mi banda. nos vamos a América del Sur de gira la semana que viene. ¿Estás listo? Are you ready?
Yeah, so we're touring Dizzy Gillespie and Hermeto Pascual.
Oh, that's nice. Dizzy Gillespie y Hermeto Pascual juntos. Fantastic.
That was my introduction to Brazilian musicianship.
Mi introducción para la música de Brasil. Hermeto Pascual, straight.
So, yeah, but so the next day I went back to Berkeley. Bye-bye.
Y al día siguiente fui a Berkeley y me despedí. Yes, so technically, I mean, you don't have the paper, but you are six, what, history?
10 years later, I went back to Berkeley and I was a teacher for 4 years.
10 años más tarde volví a Berkeley y fui un profesor en Berkeley.
One of my students was now the president, Roger Brown. He was my drum student.
Uno de mis alumnos fue quien es hoy el presidente Roger Brown. And I do remember I didn't meet you when I arrived to Berkeley in 1986. You were teaching at Berkeley, and I
86, yeah.
Yeah. Because one day I went to play jam with Aiden Essen at his place, and you were playing.
Really? You jam with Aiden Essen?
One day I jammed with him. Whoa, man, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is incredible. Un pianista absolutamente increíble, se llama Aiden Essen. And you had a trio, right, with Aiden Essen and Kai Eckhart on bass.
Kai Eckhart. Sometimes Baron Brown.
A veces Baron Brown, exactly. So I went to see you in Cambridge. Yeah. You guys played in Cambridge once that I went to see you.
Wow. Yeah. Oh.
Wow, increíble.
One of the best bands I've ever been in my life.
Sí. Increíble. So, you know, I play a little drum, just a little drums. I can play a few grooves. And
stop being modest, Paul.
I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about drum technique that might help drummers. What I was wondering is this: there are two ways to I mean, maybe there are more. You're gonna tell us this. Like, there's two ways to grab the sticks: the traditional and the match.
Yes. Match grip. This is the German grip. When your palm is flat, it's the German grip. When your palm is and your thumb is level, and you play with your fingers, that's the French grip.
I see.
French grip, German grip. German, French.
I see. And when somebody's starting to learn drums, when is a good time to take a decision of how you're gonna go about it? Are you gonna choose match grips? Are you gonna go with traditional, or you can just switch one to another one?
You can switch one to another, but to get good, you have to get one good first. Otherwise, one is and the other is. And sometimes this one's better, sometimes this one's better, and you never know where your go-to is. Exactly. You're fishing, a little bit, Oh, okay, man, So I don't recommend that. It's good to get a good sound and your technique together with one grip.
And then you can try.
And then you know what it sounds like. You know what good sounds like.
Exactly. And which way do you prefer to play? ¿De qué manera preferís?
Oh, man, I prefer. I love this. This is the traditional, but I don't play like this. But I love what people do with it though, because you can get an extra angle easier than.
Le encanta el tradicional y lo que se puede hacer, pero él no elige esa manera. So you prefer match grip. So vos preferís sobre todo match grip, ¿no?
I wouldn't say I prefer it. That's what I prefer to play it because that's what I worked on the most.
Eso es lo que más trabajé.
Yeah. When you see somebody who played traditional and they can really play, you want to play like that.
Cuando ves a alguien
You know, I try to get that from here, from this. This is harder.
Cuando ves a alguien que toca tradicional y que toca muy bien, dice, me gustaría hacer eso, dice.
But of course, for you know, I don't know. It all depends. You know, here's a quickie. 2 rudiments. One is called the Swiss triplet.
2 rudimentos. Uno se llama el switch, el tresillo switch.
Swiss, from
Swiss.
like Switzerland.
Suizo.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Swiss. Yeah, Swiss triplets.
Yes, Swiss.
It's a family of triplets from Switzerland called the Swiss triplets.
Una familia claro,
Okay.
los trillizos de Suiza.
Most rudiments sound like their name.
La mayoría de los rudimentos suenan como su nombre.
Yeah. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Flam, 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 flam. Flam tap, flam tap, flam tap, flam tap, flam tap, flam tap. Swiss triplet, Swiss triplet, Swiss triplet, Swiss triplet. Swiss triplet, Swiss triplet, flam. Swiss triplet, Swiss triplet, flam. Flam. Swiss triplet, flam. Swiss triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. También hay como 2 maneras de pisar el bombo, ¿verdad? Una es con el pie plano y la otra es con la punta del pie on the ball. Are there like 2 ways to hit the kick drum, right? One is flat foot and the other on the ball with the tip of the foot.
The ball of your foot.
The ball of your foot, right?
Yeah, the ball of your foot. We call it heel. We call it heel up or heel down.
Claro,
Heel up is on the ball of your foot or your toes. Heel down is on your heel.
claro. Talón para arriba o talón para abajo. And is there a choice that a drummer has to make, or you guys switch from one to the other one according to your needs? ¿Hay una elección que un baterista tiene que tomar o van cambiando de acuerdo a la necesidad?
It depends on what kind of chops you want to have. You know, if you want a large range of articulation and taps, then both. You can play with your heel down and heel up for other things. Heel up gives you a lot of power. You know, you could heel up means you can use your leg.
El talón para arriba, es decir, con la punta del pie se tiene más potencia, porque también empujas con la pierna. Así que depende de, como dice el del chop, del sonido, en realidad, que se quiere lograr. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions from like a very beginning drummer. Okay. So,
I know those kind of questions. I know what you're doing, Paul. Don't worry. Go ahead.
I want to
Yeah,
see.
I get it.
I'm trying to see all your licks. Estoy tratando de robarte todos los yates.
Be my guest.
Look, there's something I don't want to forget about this. Like, if there are possible students who want to study with you, si hay alumnos que quieren estudiar contigo, how can they get in contact with you? ¿Cómo se pueden contactar contigo? You have a website. Tenés un sitio web.
TommyCampbell.com.
TommyCampbell.com. Facilísimo. As easy as that.
Yeah.
Tell
My
us about,
my email, which you can see my email address on my website, drummer@TommyCampbell.com.
Perfecto. Y su dirección de email es drummer@TommyCampbell.com.
Facebook, Tommy Campbell.
And
Send me a Facebook message. Boom.
Fantastic. Well, one last question. I am in love with the style of music that I used to play with Craig Glenfield in Boston.
Okay.
Yo tocaba en Boston en el año 88, 89 en una discoteca que llamaba The Gallery. I used to play in Boston in a nightclub called The Gallery. And I used to play with Craig Glanville. Craig Glanville is un baterista, he's a drummer. And he's a friend of Tommy. And son amigos con Craig.
Yeah.
And at that time, there was this style of music called the New Jack Swing.
New Jack Swing.
I just love New Jack Swing. I love Guy, Teddy
It's
Riley,
funky and it swings, yeah.
Keith Sweat. I love that type of music.
Yeah.
Me encanta todo ese tipo de música. But yes,
Yeah.
but you remember Groove Me, baby, tonight. When you
Yeah. You sing too. I remember you sing. You play. Yeah, I remember. I heard. Yeah, right. Yes.
And I wish they had used a lot of live drummers. All that music, they used to have always drum machines. Usaban mucha máquina.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, man, they gotta hire you.
All the drummers, we know that suddenly we didn't have any gigs, but all our friends were gigging. Yeah.
Los bateristas lo sabemos muy bien. Todos nuestros amigos estaban haciendo gigs, pero nosotros no. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But por suerte ahora ha vuelto la live drums. Luckily, live drummers are now again called, right?
Man, they were always called. It's just that when a lot of pop drummers, they were going into pop more and more, and then suddenly pop started using electronic drums, and so you're stuck. But drummers who were playing other music like jazz and world music and stuff, that continued on. It just wasn't pop.
It wasn't mainstream.
Yeah.
Siempre siguieron trabajando. Lo que pasa es que en un momento dado la música pop empezó a usar mucha batería electrónica. Tommy, can you tell us, do you have any gig coming up in New York or in another city that you can let us know for people who will listen? ¿Tenés algún show pronto en Nueva York, en algún otro lugar?
First of all, you can always go to my website, tommycampbell.com/gigs.
Ahí está, van a mi sitio web.
My web is updated all the time. That's the first thing. Tomorrow I'm playing with Ray Anderson's Pocket Brass Band. Ray Anderson, trombonist. Gil Goldstein on accordion.
Oh, nice.
James Aller on trumpet. And Jose Davila on sousaphone.
Trombone, accordion, and?
Sousaphone, like a big tuba. Sousaphone.
Sousaphone, es como una tuba.
Yeah, it goes around your body. It's a bass horn.
Like a bass, un bajo.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we're playing for the Jazz Foundation of America. It's sponsored by the Jazz Foundation of America.
Van a tocar para Jazz Foundation de América.
Yeah, it's a big thing. That's tomorrow in Long Island. Way on the tip of Long Island, almost basically at the end of Long Island.
Al final de Long Island, en la punta de Long Island. Eso es mañana.
And we have,
And hopefully you'll be back to Buenos Aires. We miss you. Ojalá vengas a tocar pronto a Buenos Aires. Te extrañamos. And,
man, I didn't want to leave the first time. I should still be there.
No quería irme la primera vez.
We could have went looking for your phone and found it.
Tendríamos que haber buscado.
I'm not going back. We're going to find Paul's phone now. I'm not going back.
No me vuelvo hasta que no aparezca el teléfono de Paul, el iPhone.
That broke my heart, man. Oh my gosh. What?
Oh, no.
What? iPhone 10.
And I didn't even notice.
And then you had to do a gig with new music,
Like y después tuve que hacer un gig, sí, con música nueva and a swing song that we play in swing.
Yeah.
Tocamos 300 quarter note, a 300 la negra.
Yeah. I think one was called Joshua.
That's a song of yours, right?
In 7.
In 7, un 7x4 tuvimos que tocar, sí.
Yeah. And you had to play, yeah, you had to play that without your phone.
With my fretless, yeah.
Yeah, with your friendless, man. I felt so bad for you. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do.
I know.
I was just like, oh my gosh.
I could tell you were feeling my pain. And
Oh, I was feeling your pain, man.
Tommy, it was such a pleasure seeing you,
Thank you, Paul.
and listening to you again.
Thank you, Paul. Likewise. Let's keep in touch. Let's keep in touch.
We will.
And maybe we'll get lucky and I can come to Argentina again, or you can come to New York.
Or I can go to
And yeah, and
Ojalá
and
pueda él
we
venir
can
a
hang out,
Argentina
play.
o yo a
Yeah.
Nueva York para tocar
Yeah.
juntos nuevamente. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you so much, Paul. Okay, stay safe. Stay safe.
You
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Okay.